So it's been a couple years since I started customizing minifigures, and throughout the years I compiled knowledge and experience on the do's and don'ts and products, whatnots. So I figured I'd just make a video going through what I use, what I personally use when making my figures. So, let's begin. Cleaning up a figure from its prints and the plastic protective layer. Knife, sandpaper, scratch off, not too rough, boom, there you go. No priming needed, you can try, I've tried, only with translucent, no color priming, I have noticed no difference. Brushes, Army Painter, Precise, and Super Detail. Those are the two brushes I use. For the longest time I used this thick brush, for multiple years, for everything. Eyes, face, linings, all that stuff. All of it, this thick brush. And now I only use Army Painter. Haven't looked back since. Paints, been trying out multiple things throughout my years. Ended up with these Panduro Hobby Color acrylics. I believe that's only in Scandinavia. Might just be Sweden, not too sure about that. But try your way with acrylics, any kind of brand. Just try. It's trial and error. I would like to try Citadel and maybe Army Painter. Some miniature model paints, that's something I would like to try, but it's pricey. So start cheap, work your way up. The reason why I haven't tried any miniature paints is because I'm reluctant to try new things when I'm accustomed to something and been accustomed to it for quite a while. That's why it took so long for me to move from yellow minifigs to flesh minifigs, because I was just too accustomed to it. Then we got lacquers, varnishes, sealers, whatever you want to call it. I use Maston clear lacquer. It's a finished product. Might not be available worldwide, but that's what I use. And I use the satin version. Only the satin one, because the matte, the gloss, they don't work as well. The satin one cures up to a pretty hard shell. The other two don't really do that. And it says matte and satin, but really they're all just different kinds of level of gloss. So that's also misleading. It doesn't matter how much or little you apply, it's still just gloss. It's straight up gloss. Anyway, I do one coat, let that dry for a day. Do another one, let that dry for a day. Do one last coat, let that sit for about 3 days. And then I move on to spray it with Citadel munitorum varnish from Games Workshop. Let that dry for about 2 days, and the piece is done. 2 to 3 coats of protective varnish, and then matte that down with the munitorum one. That's it. And for sculpting, I use gray stuff. That's it. Gray stuff. And the tools I use for gray stuff, X-Acto knife, and these silicone shapers from Green Stuff World. And that's it. That's all I use for all my figures. Nothing more, nothing less. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. The way I make customs is to keep them as close to official LEGO as possible. Which means no 3D elements unless it's necessary. And my main priority is to make them as durable and playable as possible, because I want to use these for stop motion. I want to be able to pose them. So that's probably why they aren't the best looking ones. Mostly just paintwork and some sculpts, but nothing glued on, nothing like that, nothing textured. To me, that's too much like Mega Bloks. The charm to me with LEGO is the simplicity. You just have these pieces and you can just do so much with just paintwork. That to me is the charm of LEGO. It's just the simplicity, how you can make it look so different with just paint jobs. Maybe just a different hairpiece. That's it.